Today on Public Eye News, we open with some breaking news. A suspect is now in police custody after a shooting on Florida State University's campus today. The Associated Press reports that at least 6 people are hospitalized. Now over to CBS News with more on the scene.
Multiple agencies, including Florida State Police, rushed to the campus of Florida State University in Tallahassee after reports of an active shooter.
Just surreal. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing.
This video captured students running across the street as the chaos unfolded at the Student Union around noon.
People started rushing to the back and everyone just started running out of the Student Union. About a minute later, we heard about 8 to 10 gunshots.
An active shooter alert was sent out and instructed people to stay away from all doors and windows, as many students sheltered in place in classrooms.
We got the desks and started piling them up against the door. We tried to get the bigger desk, the main desk, the presenter's podium against the door.
This father rode a service elevator with 50 others trying to reach safety.
The doors open and, 2 officers were there, guns drawn, yelled, "Did you see anything?" We're like, "No."
CBS News Miami reports a suspect is in custody after being shot in an exchange of gunfire with police. Several victims are hospitalized with injuries, including one in critical condition.
I just hope everyone's okay, praying for the people that are injured.
President Trump reacted to the news from the Oval Office.
It's a shame. It's a horrible thing. Horrible that things like this take place.
All classes and events are canceled at FSU for the remainder of the day. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
Public Eye News will continue to follow the story as more information is available. Coming up, the Michigan Senate race expands with new entrant Abdul El-Sayed. But first, we'll have everything you need to know about the UP-focused energy bills making their way through the state legislature.
Later on, I will have your weather forecast where we'll look into conditions for the next couple days. And later, I will also bring you today's sports breakdown. I'm Reed Hall.
And I'm Dylan Dubé, and this is Public Eye News. State Representative Carl Bonak led a bipartisan push to advance legislation protecting the Upper Peninsula's 13 reciprocating internal combustion engine or RICE generators through 2049. The bills would exempt the generators from new clean energy mandates, avoiding rate hikes of up to $80 monthly for households and $470,000 for large industrial users. Built in 2019 to replace coal plants, the generators have cut CO2 emissions by over 70%. Without the legislation, early shutdowns could leave ratepayers covering added costs. The plan has passed the State Energy Committee session and now moves forward in the legislative process. And this summer, MDOT will install a new traffic signal at the intersection of M26 and Canal Road in Houghton. After years of monitoring the area, MDOT says recent traffic counts showed a signal is now needed during the busy, tourist-filled summer months. The light will operate seasonally from roughly May through October, switching to flash mode in the winter. Installation is expected by July, with a construction schedule to be announced soon. MDOT says the schedule of the operation will depend on the potential volumes of traffic and weather conditions.
Bay College, in partnership with the Michigan Manufacturing Technology Center, is set to host the Making Michigan Innovation Expo on April 22nd. The event is part of a statewide effort to accelerate technology adoption and digital transformation in the manufacturing sector. All Upper Peninsula manufacturers are invited to attend, and attendees will gain hands-on insight into AI, cybersecurity, and much more. The event will also feature a keynote presentation and panel discussion. The expo is free to attend, and lunch will be provided. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. and the expo runs from 9 to 1. You can learn more and register online at www.the-center.org. And UP State Fair lovers, the full list for the free grandstand entertainment has been released. This year's entertainment is headlined by country artist Justin Moore, who will perform on Friday, August 15th. Other artists include country band Diamond Rio and hip-hop duo Snotty Nose Rez Kids. The UP State Fair also shared their free On the Midway entertainment that will include a bingo tent, strolling piano, and an acrobatic extravaganza. The full list for both entertainments can be found on the UP State Fairgrounds Facebook page, as well as a link to purchase tickets. And there's a new little free library coming to Kids Cove 2 at Matson Park. Matson Park is a part of Lower Harbor in downtown Marquette, which boasts a boat ramp, luscious picnic space, and an all-new inclusive playground for children of all abilities. The City of Marquette has partnered with NMU and Marquette Playgrounds for All to install a little library designed for the public to give or take a book. The library is intended to promote literacy and will be unveiled tonight at 6:30. And President Trump is responding to comments that tariff uncertainty could pose a risk to the U.S. economy. The White House continues to defend its tariff policy even as it faces a new lawsuit from California. CBS's Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
President Trump met with Italy's prime minister at the White House today to discuss tariffs. The president has been touting negotiations with trading partners and attacking Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell for highlighting the risk and uncertainty around the policy.
The level of tariff increases announced so far is significantly larger than anticipated, and the same is likely to be true of the economic effects.
Powell says that could include higher inflation, slower growth, and higher unemployment. Though he didn't use the term, those factors raise concern about stagflation.
It's a difficult place for central banks, to be in.
President Trump on Truth Social slammed Powell's report as wrong, saying the Fed chair's termination can't come fast enough. Powell's term as chair expires in 2026. The Trump administration is also facing a new lawsuit over tariffs from California. The suit contends the president lacks the authority to unilaterally impose tariffs.
No state is poised to lose more than the state of California.
Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom argues his state, the world's fifth largest economy with industries from tech to agriculture, stands to lose billions. The White House continues to defend its tariff policy, calling it a, quote, historic effort to address the national emergency of a persistent trade deficit. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Now let's head over to Reed for your weather report.
I'm here this time to take you through our weather update. If we take a look behind me at the Academic Mall, we'll see a pretty picture-perfect day out there. We got clear skies. All of that snow from the last snowstorm is gone. It is a little windy out there, but honestly, we'll take what we can get. If we take a look around the Upper Peninsula now, pretty sunny day all around. A little cloud hanging around Iron Mountain. If we start up in Houghton, though, it's 59. Ironwood is 64. Iron Mountain's going to be 57, and Menominee is going to be 53. If we take a look towards the east side of the Upper Peninsula, Escanaba is at 46. That's our coldest temperature on the map today. Manistique's 48, and the Sioux is 47. And back here in lovely Marquette, it is 55 and sunny. If we take a closer look now, our winds are south at 22 miles an hour, and our barometric pressure is 29.84 inches and falling. If we take a look into tonight, the rain will move in. We'll have a low of 45. Winds will be south at 22 miles an hour, and our moon phase will be a waning gibbous. If we look into tomorrow, the clouds will stick around. We'll have a high of 52, a low of 35, and our winds will be northwest at 13 miles an hour. Now taking a look into the weekend and into Monday, starting on Saturday, we'll have a high of 40. The clouds will hang around for another day. We'll have a low of 30. On Sunday, the sun will peek out. We'll have partly cloudy skies. It'll be a little bit warmer, a high of 48 and a low of 34. And on Monday, we'll get back to some wintry mix with a high of 41 and a low of 35. That's all the weather I have. Back to Dylan at the news desk.
Thanks for that weather report, Reed. Nice to see some sunny skies coming out this weekend. And don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after this short break.
Here in the Great Lakes, cultural resources that are really historic sites that tell our nation's story.
It's a global treasure. And so I'm grouping together with our community club members to try to take care of it into the future.
Those warming waters can and will have an impact on the Great Lakes ecosystem.
When you hear that phrase, let nature take its course, don't write people out of nature.
Thursday at 10:30 on WNMU TV.
Welcome back. Now let's head into our statewide news. Abdul El Sayed, a former Michigan public health official and 2018 gubernatorial candidate, has entered the Democratic race for the state's open U.S. Senate seat in 2026. He joined State Senator Mallory McMorrow in the field seeking to replace retiring Senator Gary Peters. El Sayed, known for his progressive platform and support from Senator Bernie Sanders, previously served as Detroit's public health director and most recently led Wayne County's health department. His campaign focuses on making life more affordable and fixing what he calls a broken healthcare system, advocating for Medicare for all. On the Republican side, former U.S. Representative Mike Rogers has already launched his campaign. And Michigan's transportation director is warning drivers to watch out for a toll scam falsely claiming to be from the Michigan Department of Transportation, or MDOT. The scam involves fake text messages and a fraudulent website designed to look like MDOT's, even though Michigan does not operate any toll roads. Some bridges are tolled, but not through text message billing or license plate capture. MDOT urges residents not to click on suspicious links or share personal information and to report such messages as junk. Concerns can be directed to MDOT by phone or email. Attorney General Dana Nessel also reminds residents that government agencies will never demand payment or personal details through texts, emails, or calls. And now, sending on over to sports, let's go to Reed, who has some previews for Wildcat Athletics.
Thanks, Dylan. I'm once again Reed Hall here with today's sports update. The NMU women's track team is back at it again this weekend, this time taking a trip out west to the Los Angeles area. The Cats will be scattered all across the metropolitan area this weekend, with athletes participating in 5 different invitationals. Here's a breakdown. Triple jumper Elena Vandergriff will compete at the Cal State Twilight today. Beverly Harper and Lamar Gordon will run the 800 at the Brian Clay Invite today and tomorrow. Danny Valente, Emma Sweeney, Skylar Grubb, and Emma Potter will plan to dominate their events at the ULV Leopard Invite, and the rest of the Cats will partake in 6 events at both the Pacific Coast Intercollegiate and Beach Invite. Visit NMU Wildcats coverage for all live updates. And back here in the frozen tundra, the NMU women's lacrosse team is set to host SVSU for their second-to-last regular season home game. The Cats enter tonight's matchup coming off a pair of conference losses to GVSU and Davenport and have lost 4 of their last 5. Tonight's matchup should be a good one for the Cats to right the ship, as SVSU is still in search of their first win in their inaugural season in the GLIAC, while also carrying an 0-for-9 record overall. Look for Josie Lukoski to find the back of the net often as she paces the GLIAC with 60 goals, good for 4 a game. NMU's defense should stand stout tonight as well, as SVSU only averages a mere 4 goals a game. And swinging on over to baseball, where the Detroit Tigers are set to open a 4-game series tonight against the Kansas City Royals. The Tigers are coming off a dismal back end of a 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers that saw the offense put up a mere 1 run in the final 2 games. The Tigers currently sit at 10-8 and are first in the American League Central. The Tigers will look to get Riley Green going in hopes he can jumpstart the dormant offense of late. Green is currently on an all-time stinker, just 1 for 27 in his last 7 games with 15 strikeouts. Meanwhile, Torque will look to continue his hot start to the season, leading the Tigers with 6 home runs while sporting a .273 batting average. Reese Olson will take the bump for the Tigers tonight and is set to face off against former Tiger Michael Lorenzen. First pitch is set for 6:40. That's all I have for sports, and we'll be back after this short break.
Tune in to the heartbeat of the Upper Peninsula. At Public Radio 90, we're more than just a frequency on your dial. We're your trusted home for national public radio. Let our diverse blend of music be the soundtrack to your day. Public Radio 90, where community comes alive. Catch Kurt Hosworth Monday through Friday from 9:30 to noon with Class Eclectic and Saturday afternoons with The Shuffle.
I'm Kurt Hosworth, your host, and this is a program of soothing and adventurous classical music.
At 7 p.m. when doors open at the Moody, people start filing in.
There's just something about walking up those stairs and opening those big, heavy doors.
Get to be up close and personal to some of the biggest artists in a very intimate, historic setting.
It's so iconic, the backdrop.
That excitement in the crowd starts happening. Here I am 15 feet from an artist that I really admire.
I swear, he looked right at me.
My dad's like super into it, which means I'm getting super into it.
Wonderful music and the coolest vibe around.
Welcome back. It's nice to have Reed back at the desk. And we're going to hop into some on-campus events. A Kahoot Trivia Night will be hosted on NMU campus. Beginning at 7:30 tonight, Primetime Productions will be hosting a Kahoot contest that will feature over $1,000 in prizes. Some can even be won by just attending. Registration is free and can be found online at the Hub NMU. And tomorrow night, Northern Arts and Entertainment will be hosting Battle of the Bands. Beginning at 7 p.m., Jamrich 110 will be hosting a concert featuring NMU students and local bands. Registration is free and can also be found online at the Hub NMU. That's all the time we have for Public Eye News today. I'm Dylan Dubé.
I'm Reed Hall.
And that's all we got.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.